Been all over the United States and Europe, driving the car, evaluating it, tuning the shocks, tuning the shifting, and that kind of thing, getting it to this point. Everything from tails to dragging down south to driving the interstates to being out in California, high altitude, low altitude. We spent a lot of time on the Autobahn in Germany because the car will be sold there, as well as 3 trips now to the Nürburgring, really doing a development at the Nürburgring on what I consider the most demanding track in the world. A lot of questions have come up on why were you driving the automatic. Well, I've been driving the automatic during the week, so I was very used to it, done all the calibration, very confident in what it was going to do. So when it came time to do that one lap, being a racer, I wasn't about to take a disadvantage and change to a different car and have a different transmission shift. I knew exactly what this one did, so I drove that one. Aaron drove the manual transmission. We've done so much work with powertrain with Dave Michaels working on that calibration in the sport mode and in the tap mode that I was very confident with what it did in the sport mode. I was a little worried that I might make a mistake in the tap mode. And you only get one lap to do that turn into Nürburgring. So with only one lap, I wasn't about to take a chance that I'd make a mistake on tapping myself manually. Left it in automatic mode because it's calibrated so well. It did what it needed to do. It would do a max throttle downshift very well going into the turn. It was always in the right gear in the turn, coming out of the turn. Shifts right near the red line, so what more can I ask for than to have it do the job, and then I didn't have to worry about making a mistake. It takes 8 minutes to do the ring, and by the time you've gone around one time, you've done the equivalent of about 4 or 5 laps of anything here. So you want to make sure you get the most out of the car on the very first lap. Starting with what meets the road, we had the production tires. We had done 2 laps on a set of tires the day before just to break them in. Again, you only have 1 lap to run, so I wanted to make sure I didn't spend the first 5 or 6 turns getting mold release off the tread and that kind of thing. So we scrubbed them the day before to make sure that they would be scrubbed and would be ready to go on the very first part of the lap. It looked like we started before the start line and the finish line, and we backed up the track, which we did. We went 3 turns earlier on the track because we wanted to do a flying lap. And if you think about it, if you leave the pits and do a flying lap, you've got to go all the way around 12.5 miles just to get to the start line to start the circuit. So we backed up 3 turns and did the start there. So the first time by was the start, and then when you came by the second time, that gave you your first full lap. Otherwise, you're going to be spending 16 minutes getting your 1 lap instead of actually have one more. 24 minutes just to get 1 lap. If you've experienced the Nürburgring yourself or watched the videos, I think our car gets about, I think it's 4 or 5 times around the lap that you're actually off the ground with the Cts-V. So you need to make sure that the car handles right, that the brakes work good, that the shocks are just right, because you land, very often you land, you have to brake and turn, so everything has to be really well done in order to set those kind of times, and it was. Alignment on the car was production nominal alignment. Tire pressures were production nominal tire pressures, so we released 32 all the way around. That's the way we started, with 32 cold all the way around in the car. I ran it in the performance mode of MR, and like I said, sport mode on the automatic transmission. The engine was just a plant-built engine with nothing done to it. We had safety equipment in the car, seats, 5-point harnesses, and a fire extinguisher. Other than that, the car was this way. It was not lowered to the lowest setting within the nominal window. It was just at the nominal settings for everything we ran on the car. Right at the top of the 5th gear in the automatic, just going down the hill, just entering the braking zone, I hit 175 miles an hour, just hit the rev limit in 5th gear right at that point, 175 miles an hour. So the gearing could be more perfect as well.